So this one's gonna be a Rus vs Rus Noob match. Just ignore these down here. Pretty annoying. And the lesson of the story is there's been more than a few games where I feel like I have the opponent destroyed, and I don't really know exactly how close they are to death. Then I kind of back off, and then they come into the match, and then they either put up a good fight or they beat me. And this player gets me so close to death, and we'll get to it when we get there, that he could have easily destroyed me. I had some bad aggression, bad retreats. He gets more sheep than I do, but normally I can compensate for that. And go around and fast forward. It's a longer game here, so kind of fast forward. It's your general. Run your scouts around. You know, get deer patches, get sheep if you can. Fairly similar builds. Got more on food, he's got one going earlier on wood. Scout over here. Both going for the golden gates. I forgot to get this at the start, which is a mistake I always make. I like to get this right after I get the lumber camp up, because it'll be the difference between having to stay or not. So he kind of commits with 2 or 3 scouts here, but I don't really understand. You know, it just too close to my TC. He loses 2 out of the 3 of them. So what's going through my head is he's a Rus player. I'm a Rus player. He's gonna go for knights. Maybe I should go spears instead of archers, like I tend to. But in my mind, I'm like, well, my knights combat his knights, you know, and it doesn't work out. I should have just went with what I expected. I also need to get good at walling. Like, this is going to be a problem for a bit later, and it's a pretty obvious spot to wall. I waste a bunch of villagers trying to get this because I got a crazy early eco raid on him. On his gold here, but then I'm distracted, and if he does the same thing here, because I don't build the wooden fortress that I told myself to build before going for the stuff, I end up really getting hurt there. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to send a couple knights to his base. So, knights gotta go. See, I get in here. I don't know what he's doing, if he's too tunnel vision like I am. I know the struggle. I'm not going to make fun of him for this, because this extent generally doesn't happen to me. I at least try to run away. But he's going for the exact same move over here. He knows he's here. I did not build a wooden fortress. It's a massive mistake in my part. And he's basically going to kill all of those villagers. So we both end up trading like 8 villagers for 8 villagers right off the bat. But then he ends up really getting the better of it. You know, I have some archers here, but they're not going to do much against these knights. And I'm not even really running the villagers away the way I should. I do get a response. Tower up here just to help save these guys. And he is probably he's gonna go for some kills, but I think he's gonna lose some knights. Between the archers, town center, tower, it's not efficient, but kill a couple. That's good. See, I'm down to 16 economy right now. Let's see what he's at. It's up to 22 economy, so we both did damage. He did more damage. So this is where I realize I've got 16 economy, I've got a handful of knights. This isn't gonna end too well for me. One of the scouts is trying to cause some stuff. I try to go for this wood again, I just don't get it. Just throw away a knight there. This is definitely an area where he's thinking about trying to attack. It's something here. Maybe with the scouts on accident, they just died. So he has these two knights here blocking this. And he finally built this wooden fortress there. We have a knight here still. I think I try to sally out one more time. But the moral of this story is he decides to back off and move. I'm just gonna build a massive trash army. So I get in another fight here. I'm like, okay, this is not good. I've got archers. I've got 1 or 2 knights left, and not nearly enough spearmen. I am able to just barely. I was moving a couple spears over just in case, but he noticed that too late, so I was able to get that secure as I can get it, basically. This is, I'm basically just building here, so he's gonna boom up. He has a second TC. He thinks he's okay with this 13 knights, which admittedly is a pretty decent knight. Pretty decent knight math. I'm also doing an awkward kind of wall off over here. I really want just one entrance into my base. And I'm just building up. I'm gonna just try to build a massive army of pressure. And he's adding spears. I think he's expecting me to go way heavier in knights. But I don't. And I have these archers here, and I was basically just gonna leave them, but I told myself they can be something good to add as a third factor. They might come in handy, and they definitely do. They end up being quite needed. So he's just reached Castle Age, and I know I gotta hurry. I have full feudal upgrades. He backs off there. Let the spears engage. I know the archers are coming in behind, but I have the numbers. And I'm gonna start putting a couple battering rams down behind this attack. And I'm gonna continuously, I'm not producing right this second, but it should be soon. My mind will turn on. And I'll start getting spears coming down through. I'll start funneling more troops down here. I feel I have enough spears to really kind of burn down some of these production buildings, so I'm going to start pushing up. Come back. Now it's producing. Knights. No spears at the moment. I'm getting these production buildings down. So he realizes this is going to be a problem here soon. He's going to throw in his knights to try to kill my battering rams, but I just have too much for it. Too many men. And I wipe all the knights. So this is that whole to boom or not to boom. When is it safe to boom? I feel like a lot of players, they have a plan in their mind. They're going to try to execute that plan regardless of what the other player does. You know, so this is a failure of him not realizing that I was just going to build up a really big trash tree and just try to run it at him for the best, because I really felt like I had this game lost. I knew he was probably getting close to Castle Age, and I was just like, I need to push. I have a lot of spears, I can make this work. Did he throw in any counter spear units? You know, I wasn't able to really scout him either. But I had a good feeling for what he did because my couple of run-ins with the knights, I know he basically had that knight ball with some spears. And he ends up coming back and like panic builds all these because he has a ton of wood. And he just starts flooding out spear. And this is where the archers come into play. Like, this is where I'm really happy that I have the archers. I'm not building a ton of knights anymore. I think I'm still, you know, getting them in there. You still want some knights in there to run around, get the villagers, tank some stuff up. But I'm gonna be trying to go a little heavier into archers because I know I see all these spears coming. I know what he's building. He finally gets my first ram. And he's just gonna try to flood spearmen it. Problem is like that could work. You can get the numbers on me pretty quickly, but I have reinforcements and I have, you know, 9 archers behind, which is, you know, if you can tie those spears up, those 9 archers will be more important. You know, so I basically have this base mostly destroyed, but he's not done yet. You know, he has another TC. His food eco's crippled. He's got a ton of wood though. He could be building farms. He does have a market, I believe. No, he doesn't. So we're basically just facing off with the last pro here. He's gonna go up. He's gonna be pushing the. I think he's upgrading the veteran right now, if he's not already. I just have a massive number superiority on him. So I'm gonna start pushing into here and get rid of these production bases. You know, I still have troops flowing in, I still have knights. Stop producing again. I am pop capped, you know, I'm real in the zone right now. Idle villagers back there, but I said it wasn't going to be sloppy. More troops coming in. Busting through, so he got one more production cycle out of all of those. These are the hardened, or yeah, these are the veteran spearmen. But you know, I have the 20 knights, or the 20 archers now. The spears are better than my spears. I have the numbers and I have the counter. These guys were upgraded to Castle Age archers and be a little bit better. But thought this was a fun little match. One that I really thought I had lost, but I was able to come back from. So don't ever give up, and have a good one.